Provincial People's Committee holds regular meeting for March.
Israel and the United States launch large-scale strikes across Iran.
Colombia plane crash. Death toll rises sharply.
Hello everyone, you're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. This morning, the Provincial People's Committee convened its regular March meeting to review socioeconomic performance in the first quarter and discuss key tasks and solutions for the second quarter of 2026.
In the first quarter of 2026, the Provincial People's Committee implemented a range of governance measures to carry out the socio-economic development plan and state budget estimates. Industrial production maintained solid growth. State budget revenue was estimated at 8,335 trillion Vietnamese dongs, reaching 35.7% of the annual target and up more than 32% year-on-year. Investment attraction showed positive momentum, with 14 newly licensed projects and 37 projects suggested, bringing total newly registered and additional capital to over 64,791 trillion Vietnamese dongs. Regarding public investment, the province allocated 68.78% of the central government's assigned capital plan. However, the disbursement rate remained low at 8.82%, falling short of requirements. Preparations for the election of deputies to the 16th National Assembly and People's Councils at all levels for the 2026 to 2031 term were carried out in a serious and safe manner, with voter turnout reaching 99.86%. Despite these positive outcomes, the province continues to face a number of challenges. At the meeting, local authorities and departments reviewed first-quarter developments and proposed solutions to address bottlenecks and further promote socio-economic growth in the coming period.
Israel and the United States have launched a new wave of attacks targeting Iran as Tehran presumes airstrikes on neighboring Gulf countries.
Mohammed El-Masri of the Doha Institute for Graduate Studies said the conflict appears to be escalating, as U.S. and Israeli forces are targeting not only military facilities but also hospitals, schools and more than 5,000 households. Israeli forces, in particular, have reportedly used high-yield bombs that destroyed entire residential areas. Meanwhile, Iran's Fars news agency reported that an airstrike on an apartment building in Khorramabad, west of Tehran, killed one child and injured several others. At least 6 people were also reported dead in attacks on the city of Tabriz. In a related development, U.S. President Donald Trump said on March 24 that Washington was negotiating with an unnamed Iranian official. He also announced a 5-day pause on strikes against Iran's power and energy infrastructure to allow room for talks. Iran, however, denied any negotiations with the United States, firmly rejecting the earlier statements by President Donald Trump.
Latest reports indicate that the death toll from the crash of a C130 Hercules military transport aircraft in southern Colombia has risen sharply as rescue teams continue search efforts at the scene.
According to local media sources, the death toll from the crash of a C-130 Hercules military transport aircraft in southern Colombia has risen to at least 48. At least 77 others were injured to varying degrees and received initial treatment at local medical facilities before being transferred to larger hospitals. The aircraft went down on March 23, local time, shortly after taking off from Puerto Leguizamo Airport in Putumayo Province, near the borders with Ecuador and Peru. There were 125 people on board, most of them soldiers. The C-130 Hercules is a U.S.-made military transport aircraft widely used around the world. The aircraft involved in the crash was reportedly transferred from the United States to Colombia in 2020 and underwent a major overhaul in 2023. Rescue and investigation efforts are ongoing.
Coming up next are some of the news.
The Standing Board of the Nagi and Provincial Party Committee has issued Directive Number 16, calling for a comprehensive review and strict handling of delayed projects, with a firm stance against land hoarding, project retention, and speculative profiteering. Accordingly, authorities at all levels are required to review all backlogged projects, clarify their legal status, implementation progress, land use efficiency, and the responsibilities of relevant parties. Projects found to be in violation, prolonged, or inefficient will be reclaimed or terminated in accordance with regulations. The move aims to decisively address stalled projects, prevent waste, unlock land resources, improve the investment climate, and promote the province's economic growth.
Amid tight supplies of Jet A1 fuel and rising prices driven by tensions in the Middle East, the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam has been forced to prioritize key national routes and major domestic corridors serving travel, trade and tourism demand. From April 1st, airlines plan to suspend a number of routes, totaling 23 flights per week. Vietnamese carriers are also preparing to introduce fuel surcharges on international routes, potentially from early April. Facing mounting cost pressures, domestic airlines have urged the government to consider reducing environmental protection taxes and aviation fuel taxes, maintaining a 0% import duty on fuel from outside ASEAN, and adopting measures such as tax deferrals, interest rate support, loan restructuring, and adjustments to airport service charges.
Amid rising fuel prices and mounting pressure on urban traffic, the introduction of contactless e-ticketing and modern conveniences is making this mode of public transport increasingly popular, ushering in a new, more civilized, convenient and sustainable mobility trend. Beyond students, metro systems are gradually reshaping travel habits among residents of the capital. Seamless connectivity between different modes of public transport helps commuters save time and effort, while reducing reliance on private vehicles. The digitalization of passenger data not only improves operational efficiency but also lays the foundation for an integrated smart transport ecosystem in the future. A pilot scheme linking urban rail with the national railway network is expected to be launched at Hanoi Station in the second quarter of 2026. This is seen as a key step toward better connectivity across transport modes, creating a more synchronized and convenient mobility network for the public.
Amid rising consumer demands, rattan and bamboo craft villages in Nghệ An are shifting toward sustainable development, combining preservation with innovation by embracing new thinking, technologies and digital markets. These craft villages have expanded exports to major international markets.
With the advantage of being eco-friendly, green products favored in European, South Korean and Japanese markets, most rattan and bamboo craft cooperatives in Nagi are now export-oriented, producing to order and either exporting directly or partnering with multiple enterprises. Our cooperative has been operating for 20 years, with 8 to 10 partner companies in Hanoi placing orders. Export linkages have therefore remained relatively stable. The craft has undergone significant innovation, with improved aesthetics and higher practical value. Many enterprises and cooperatives in Nagi now guarantee product off-take and provide vocational training for workers. At the same time, producers have proactively promoted and sold products online via websites and e-commerce platforms, applying digital transformation to boost consumption.
We
promote our products both domestically and internationally using realistic digital images for clients. Based on these, they can engage and place orders. In 2026, we have secured forward orders from before the Lunar New Year and are now fulfilling them for export shipments scheduled in March. Proactive adoption of technology from design to online promotion along with strong off-take linkages is becoming a key lever for traditional craft villages to advance. As a result, finely crafted rattan and bamboo products from rural areas are increasingly reaching international markets in a more stable and robust manner.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.